and I continue to believe that now is the ideal moment to be excited rather than anxious. Do you want evidence? This is what I see. Rich investors make entirely different purchases than the typical retail dealer. What have they been up to lately, you ask? Even immediately following that recent decline, these major players continued to buy XRP. The way that smart money behaves so differently from ordinary retail investors is remarkable. The problem with these whales is this: even when they purchase and observe a brief decline, they almost never make a mistake. Perfect timing is impossible, isn't it? However, this type of purchasing behavior occurs when people are certain that the price will rise significantly before they decide to sell. The fact that the rich have been covertly amassing XRP tells us something significant. You're in good company if, like me, you're still optimistic about XRP. Here, we are by no means alone. You have big organizations, enterprises, and affluent investors, including publicly traded businesses who use XRP as part of their actual payment systems. It's quite obvious now that we're headed in the correct direction with XRP. It has already crossed the finish line and shown itself. We can stop second-guessing ourselves. How high this thing can really go is now the exciting question. And my thoughts are far higher. I simply don't enjoy making price forecasts, so I don't do it. Let me tell you the truth. Technical analysis is not my forte, and I would be acting phony if I did otherwise. But do I believe that this is going to go much higher? Of course. I mean, why would I even own it if I didn't think that? Okay, I believe that XRP will continue to rise from here as well. But first, let me make things very plain. I have absolutely no experience in finance. You shouldn't purchase or sell anything based on what I say, and I'm not offering financial advice. I simply enjoy creating cryptocurrency-related YouTube videos as a pastime. I do it because I'm passionate about it and just for pleasure. In this video, I'll discuss some bullish viewpoints from XRP chart analysts, but I also want to give you some good reasons to be quite hopeful about the future. I believe that the parabolic euphoric phase, which is the last stage of market cycles that everyone talks about, is about to happen. To tell the truth, I'm as certain as I can be that this will occur. Here, we're talking about nearly complete certainty. That's my level of confidence about the entire situation unfolding. This excellent piece regarding Bitcoin dominance from chart analyst Crypto Wizard truly grabbed my attention. He remarked, "Respected, when examining the market capitalization Bitcoin domination percent chart, take a look at this. For the past 2.5 years, Bitcoin's dominance has been increasing. Although there were a few downturns along the road, the general pattern, right up. And historically, that is completely typical. This is the exciting part though. Finally, it's disintegrating. Now, and this is taking place at the precise moment when a wide variety of signals are precisely aligning in the market. I mean, at this stage of the cycle, this is precisely what you would hope and anticipate. How can you not when everything seems to be coming together at once? Be quite excited about the upcoming event. In the past, altcoins have risen to prominence when Bitcoin's dominance declines, as it is at the moment, and Bitcoin's price can yet soar to new heights. We anticipate a parabolic rise in Bitcoin if history repeats itself, as it generally does. Here's the worst part though. Bitcoin is doing great, but altcoins will outperform it in terms of profits. Let's face it, that's where the truly transformative money is made. Look, astute investors who genuinely wish to become wealthy in cryptocurrency do not go to Bitcoin these days. Don't get me wrong, Bitcoin may end up being far more valuable in the future. I'm not at all disputing that. However, altcoins are the way to go if you want significant gains at a reasonable rate, and XRP is a prime example. Come on, there's no way it could be clearer. The good news is that everything is going just as you would have hoped. It's like being a part of a flawless setup as it happens in real time. I was particularly interested in what chart analyst Mikey Bull Crypto posted. Supremacy of altcoins on a retest. After this reset, there will be a huge next step, and have a look at the current situation. While Bitcoin dominance is declining, altcoin dominance is gradually increasing. Folks, this is classic final stage bull market behavior. This is precisely what we observe as we approach the final parabolic rally prior to the start of the alt season. Without a doubt, we hope that this trend continues. That seems like the most likely scenario in this case, to be honest. Since none of us, including myself, have a crystal ball, we are unable to know anything with certainty. But wouldn't you think that it's likely that this will go much higher from here given all the information we now have? I'm going to land on it there. This is a post by Pintoshi, a chart analyst. I've been following this man for approximately 5 years, and he has 875,000 followers. He's really big in the cryptocurrency world. According to his analysis of an ETH/USD chart, Ethereum is preparing to go beyond the $4,000 mark. Do you recall Ethereum's demise a few months ago? In any case, that's what they were saying. Take a moment to consider this. The cost fell all the way to about $1,400. As I write this, it is currently sitting at roughly $3,731. That comes very nearly to $3,800. Do you recall all the chatter a few months ago about Ethereum being dead? Everyone was dismissing it entirely. However, it's clearly not dead at all. I repeated this repeatedly. How could anyone believe it was truly complete? The speed at which the story shifts is rather amazing, isn't it? Everyone declares it dead one day, and then it comes knocking on the door again with $4,000. That's right, an asset is not always dead just because its price has dropped. It's such a simple error folks make. When XRP was trading absurdly low last year, it was the ideal illustration of this. Against Bitcoin and the dollar. In comparison to Bitcoin, it was essentially at all-time lows. However, that's precisely when you have the most opportunities. And now, less than a year later, take a look at where we are. That was clearly the sweet spot to enter, and I adore this photo. My God. Take a look at that. You can see Michael Saylor appearing ecstatic as he embraces Vitalik Buterin of Ethereum. There is a genuine bromance. They are simply enjoying what appears to be the most wholesome night of their lives at a Coldplay show. Come on, is there anything more ideal than this? We didn't realize we needed this crypto romance. I just smile at these stuff. The maths that excites me is right here. XRP would be at about $8 if Ethereum reaches $4,000 and its market capitalization is equal to Ethereum's, which, to be honest, wouldn't surprise me in the least. Furthermore, this has a strong historical precedent. XRP has previously surpassed Ethereum's market capitalization, and has even held the number 2 position multiple times in history. I say double-digit XRP isn't some wild dream for precisely this reason. When you consider it rationally, the request isn't all that difficult. Now look, I'm not positive that it will occur. I've made it clear that I don't make price forecasts. However, is it absurd to believe that this situation is actually rather likely? Absolutely not. Every component is present, the momentum is growing, and history backs it up. This is one of those situations where, when the data are presented in this way, it begins to appear less like wishful thinking, and more like a realistic expectation based on past performance. This article regarding Bitcoin Cash from X-Force Global drew my attention. Although I'm not overly enthusiastic about this particular coin, I'm bringing it up because it demonstrates the positive developments occurring with altcoins generally, which is just what you want to see. Since December 20th, Bitcoin Cash has not reached a new all-time high, 2017. To be honest, I wouldn't be shocked to see it run much higher from here, but I'm not sure if it will ever reach those heights again. Complete openness. I do have some Bitcoin Cash, but not because I have a lot of faith in its future. This is how I go about it. I invest the most portion of my funds on coins that are truly useful. My genuine conviction plays are those in which I firmly believe in their actions. However, I also desired wide exposure to the entire asset class, because over the past few years, essentially during the entire down market, I have purchased a large number of various coins in which I may not have strong convictions. The problem is that I am aware that this asset class behaves like a herd. I don't think any of them will reach new highs this cycle, or perhaps ever. I'm selling though once they're 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10 times higher. I won't become greedy and wait for those record highs when there's